everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. Wednesday morning at about 5:30 a.m., a fire was reported at the Lake Norden, South Dakota Fire Department. The building also housed the police department. By about 8 a.m., the fire was pretty well out, but the fire destroyed the fire department building and most of the equipment and the vehicles inside. 4 fire trucks. 1 fire truck was saved. 2 ambulances were also lost in the fire. I don't know what they're doing. This looks like one of the ambulances, but there's someone inside and you can still see clothing and other materials. Luckily, no one was injured, and the mayor says that the loss is probably going to be millions of dollars. Besides all the police equipment that was lost, they did manage to save 1 fire truck, but 4 fire trucks and 2 ambulances were lost. Norden Chief of Police Tony As said all equipment inside the building was lost as well. What was described as bunker gear, all the life-saving stuff, and all they have in there in the building at the time. Yeah, it's going to be a big hit, the Chief of Police said. It is a small town of about 600 people, and luckily, within one day, one local group known as MedStar took it upon themselves to get everything they needed and put together and donated them an ambulance. It is fully stocked, and evidently the ALS ambulance is being donated until they get their own ambulance and recover from this devastating fire. ALS stands for Advanced Life Support. Things were added such as ALS drugs, the IVs, the needles, the things that paramedics use to work with in the back of the truck. It's nice to know that in these small communities here in South Dakota, that when something devastating happens, they all pull together to help each other out. The college here in Watertown Lake Area Tech also donated an ambulance, while Hyatt and Connington County have offered to cover fire services. The mayor of the town has asked people to stay away from the fire scene, as the town wants to get the building torn down and replaced as quickly as possible. They had even received calls as far as Kansas to help replace and to donate an ambulance. They evidently now have a problem in finding somewhere to keep an ambulance. The chief of police said the city maintenance building was cleared to make space for 2 ambulances, and a replacement ambulance has been lined up. The state fire marshal has been called in to investigate to find out the cause of the fire. Yeah, they couldn't even get their own fire equipment out of the building to put out the fire. So there's another image. It was a hot fire, and evidently it was what's called a pole building, kind of like a pole barn where it's poles and then the metal sidings put up around it. I don't know if they got some of the stuff out of the office. Looks like there is some equipment sitting there that was removed. Like I said, the police department was also housed in this building. And here's an image of one of the ambulances. You can see it's still steaming from the heat of the fire when they did manage to pull it out. Yeah, not every day that you have a fire department burned down. It was probably a volunteer fire department, so there was no one on site. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Always be safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.